Hey guys, so today I have a few market predictions on what I'm currently watching, especially this month of February moving forward. I'll start with CAD JPY. So I've been bullish on this pair for a while now. I don't think my bias is going to change anytime soon. In January, we already had some nice 3-hour setups. We had this one, we had this one, we had a break even, and we had one stop loss. So the overall performance on CAD JPY in January was very, very nice. Let's go to the daily time frame, clear my chart, and we start by looking at the overall market direction now. Without a doubt, you can clearly see that this market is forming higher highs, higher lows. So the overall market direction on CAD JPY for me is bullish. And that explains why I've only been taking buy setups in this market. So I expect to continue doing the same. From the daily time frame, from a price action point of view, there are a few things that you'll easily notice. Firstly, down here we had this support level that price has bounced off severally. As you can see, this has been support all the way from somewhere way back. Here we had another touch there. So price has been bouncing off at this support, and somewhere 2 months ago, which is in December, price also came to this same support level and bounced off, and that explains why you see it's been buying all the way from December until date. Moving forward, we've had several other support resistance levels that the price has respected. As you can see, price also came and it's been bouncing at this line severally, but what I'm more interested in is this latest bounce, which also happened somewhere in January. So again, after bouncing off, we still have that bullish trend continuing until now. There are very many levels, but those are already enough to just show us what we need to know. And the other thing that I want us to look at is the structure of this market in terms of the higher highs and the higher lows. As you can see, we previously had this high here. The market came in future and it eventually broke above this high. That's a very good sign for strong bulls in this market. Now, based on that, we could easily anticipate that if we look at the structure from a higher high and higher low perspective, the market has been having impulse moves and retracements. So we did have this impulse which ended up breaking above this previous high, which is a very good sign. This is all based on what I can see at the moment. After price bouncing off this support, there's a very, very high chance that we will end up also breaking this high and having another higher high. Currently, where price is today, you will notice that we have some sort of consolidation. So let me delete this. And the reason we have this consolidation here is very simple. In my price action video, I told you that whenever the market gets close to previous highs, you should expect having consolidations. That's why we have these consolidations happening, but eventually I do expect to see this price pushing up and breaking upwards. The same thing should happen when price touches this next high. So also in future, when price touches this high, I'm also expecting to have some consolidations. So currently my prediction is that we're going to have this market pushing up. We can get here, have a few more consolidations, but eventually it's gonna break up. Then we can also have maybe 1 or 2 consolidations, but I still think it will continue pushing to the upside. But for now, I don't want to call the market very long term. I'm only trying to focus on what I can see at the moment. That being said, I'm looking for buy setups on the lower time frame. Before you take a bullish position, I always want to make sure the previous day was bullish. I've shown you guys in my previous price action videos and support and resistance videos that whenever the previous day was bullish, there is a high chance that if you try to take a buy setup the next day, that trade is likely to work on your favor. It's a pattern that keeps repeating itself in the market. Same thing here, same thing there. That's why I always wait for the daily candlestick to close bullish before I can think on jumping the next day. Currently, I'm seeing a potential daily bullish close. So in case that happens, moving forward, what I'm looking for is simply price to come and bounce off at support levels. Then we look for confirmations. So I'm just marking the closest support levels that I can see where price is at the moment. The next thing that I'll be doing is on the 1 hour time frame, I'll be waiting for this market to bounce off at either of these levels and give me a bullish candlestick. Again, that's just to increase my probability of being right. Once I get a bullish candlestick, I move to the 15-minute time frame. Then I'll be looking for something like a W pattern. Like here, we do have a W pattern, but again, I'm not trying to trade today simply because the previous day was not bullish. But this is ideally how the pattern looks like. So when it comes and closes above here, I'll be taking my buy entries from the neckline of that pattern with a risk to reward ratio over 1:3. I always just look for these setups continuously. So sometimes in a month, I'll even get 3 or 4 setups, but I do make sure that I'm taking the ones that are in line with my strategy, and all the confirmations must come into play before I validate a setup. The next market is AUD CAD. From the daily time frame, the trend of this market has been overly bearish. currently where we are, there are two predictions that I could make. First prediction is that we could see this market eventually coming back to drop until it tries to break this low, which means I'd be going short on AUD CAD until it retests this low. So let me mark that low for reference. Now I can come and delete that. The second prediction is based on this immediate trend. The immediate trend is actually here. That's somewhere last year, January 2023. The market has been pushing downwards, forming lower highs and lower lows, so something like that. Then currently we had this retracement. So at the moment, the most recent low is the one that is here. So I would also try to predict that this market will come and try to break this low. Whether it will break or not is not something you can tell right now, but at least it gives us insight to the distance as to which we expect this market to continue dropping before we can expect a retracement. So from where price is today until that low is literally over 200 pips. So here within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you can literally get a few intraday setups of 1:3 risk to reward very, very easily. So again, let me delete these arrows. Here's the long-term low prediction. Here's the short-term low prediction. From a price action point of view, there is almost no reason to doubt that this market is completely bearish. As you can check all the way from up here, we had something like a very, very huge double top. Then eventually the market has broken out of that. Also, if you check, we've been having these long bearish candles which are signifying strong sellers. Another important thing to look at is the lows. Now, if you check carefully, we do have a mini low here. We can also call this a low. It's not the main low of the trend, but it is a low. Now, you can see when the market came to this low, already it's got a rejection. Just like I told you, whenever the market touches the previous lows, most of the time it's going to consolidate. So the market touched here and it started buying immediately. This is something that was very, very much expected. To me, the fact that this previous low here was already broken, I don't expect this one to actually hold much strength. I believe the market will easily break through here. So I'll be continuing to look for sell setups. Also to notice, a few days ago, we had this long week. This week actually signifies that we have strong sellers in this market, or rather buyers have been rejected by sellers strongly in this market. Another sign is here. You can see we have this series of 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles, all of them going down. Now we've had 2 bullish candles. If the daily candlestick closes bearish, I would be very confident that this market will easily continue dropping and we will end up having something like this. So once it breaks out below that low, it will be giving us further confirmation that we should expect this market to drop easily to that low. Those are the two markets that I'm looking at mostly this February. For this one, I'll only be trying to get short setups if at all my confirmations come into play. Do let me know if you have any question regarding the price action analysis, or if there's anything you don't understand, and I'll give you an answer in the comment section. Let's see how February goes, and I'll probably give an update at the end of the month on all the setups that I was able to find across these two markets.